Hi everybody, we're back and I am ready to finish off the red chili sauce for my tamales. So let's get started. So I'm going to flip the camera to show you once again the recipe. And for those of you that missed this earlier, I've been posting videos all morning on how to make these tamales from scratch the way my family's been doing it for many years. So screenshot this recipe if you didn't get it earlier. But this is the red chili sauce that actually coats the pork. Okay, so going over to the ingredients now. Well, look at these gorgeous chilies. Oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. They're fully hydrated now, and they've just been cooking, for at least an hour. So they're super soft and tender. They smell amazing. There was garlic and Mexican oregano and a ton of onion and water and just the chilies. So this time we use the California dried chilies. We often will use New Mexico chilies too. Or sometimes we mix them. It just depends on what we come upon in the market. And that's it. So the next step, we have the blender. That's all set up, and I've already transferred a portion of the chilies. And I use all that broth that it's been cooking with. And if I run short on this broth, I'll actually use the broth from the pork. So this is looking super yummy, and it's at a nice little sort of a low simmer, and that's going to be really flavorful too. So of course, to add it to the chili sauce would be, yummy. So how it works is the rest of the ingredients, more oregano. It's like, I guess the theme of today is oregano, oregano, oregano. And then I have more kosher salt. And then my grandmother always did this, and I don't know why she did it. I honestly don't know why, but we use a little can of tomato sauce. And the only thing that I can think of outside of adding a little bit of acidity and a little bit of sweetness, I think it just gives the sauce a little bit more balance. So we have there, oh gosh, I guess, was that an 8-ounce can?
It's an 8-ounce can.
So it's an 8-ounce can of just, traditional canned tomato sauce.
With no spice in it.
Yeah, it's just no, my mom's saying there's no spice. It's just general. So anyways, we're going to put it together and I'm going to show you. So I put in there the chilies to get started, and I just add a little splash of the tomato sauce. I don't really measure anything. And every time I blend a batch, I add about a teaspoon of the oregano, more oregano, and about a teaspoon of salt. Okay, gonna add the lid, and we're gonna blend it so it's super, super smooth. I can remember my grandmother doing this back in the day, and she would run this thing for like 5 minutes. So we're not gonna go 5 minutes, but I'm gonna get it as smooth as I can to show you the texture. So I'm raising it up because I don't want it to splash. And sometimes as it's working, I'll go ahead and remove the lid and add more product. But right now I'm sort of loving the texture that I'm seeing. So that looks amazing. Mom, will you grab me a spoon and we're gonna taste it for some seasoning and see how that's looking? It has a beautiful viscosity. Look at that color. Holy smokes, it's so beautiful. And she's gonna grab me a spoon and let's taste it, Mom. Let's get right in there. Look how smooth that is. Oh my word. Too pretty. What do you think?
Hot.
Oh my gosh, it's so flavorful.
Wow.
Wow, it has heat, huh? Holy smokes.
Really hot.
These have, oh my word, these have some spice this time, don't they?
I must have.
It's so good, you guys.
Seeds out.
Oh, no, it's not about the seeds, but oh wow, these chilies have a little bit of fire to them.
Wow.
All right, so it needs a little bit more seasoning. We don't want it to be flat, so I add about another ½ teaspoon of salt.
I put more water in it too.
And I'm just gonna keep blending it until I get this entire batch processed. And then I'll correct the texture if I think it's too thick or too thin, but by and large, I want it to coat the shredded pork nicely. I don't want it to run off. So we want it a little bit on the thicker side so that we get a good coating on the pork filling. Okay, now I'm going to liquefy it, raise it up. let's check it one more time for seasoning. Mom, can you get me a new spoon? There we go. Oh my gosh, that's looking so good. These chilies are unexpectedly a little bit on the spicier side, which I don't know, the kids think the kids will go for that?
No.
Oh, it's good, huh? So I'm gonna call that good for now. And then I'm gonna season it again when we add it to the pork. Because as you go, you should always check your seasoning. And I'm a big fan of well-seasoned food. So if you can see that, it has some beautiful texture. It's not thin, but a lot of flavor. And that color is just absolutely stunning. So I'm gonna carry on here and get the rest of this processed. You can see I have quite a bit to do. And much of this will coat the pork, but then we're also gonna save a bunch of it. We're gonna save a bunch of it for the side, so we'll have some sauce to serve on the side to eat on top of our tamales. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.